Question everything, for the truth should not be televised. And that's for sure. So with that, freedom! What do that mean for us? Where do we stand? You know, you always hear the people talk about how, you know, they have some Indian in them. You hear how people say that all the time. We have some Indian in us. You know, but we never really get the gist of that because we never really get to research that. See, now for me personally, when I was born, my grandparents told me that I was the real American Indian. I was told that from my grandparents. So, and I was told I wasn't from Africa. So if that's coming from my bloodline, then how could a government or some type of schooling teach me that I'm from Africa when my own bloodline's telling me, no, that's not a reality for us. We're not, have no ties to that, no reality whatsoever. None of my people came over on no boats and on no ships. And what make you think that I have to prove to anyone that what my grandparents told me when I was born in my family, that I'm who I am, I gotta prove to you? Why would you even think that I would have to do something like that? And why would I want to prove to you who I am? For what? What do that says about me? Exactly. So if my parents, my grandparents and my parents already told me who I am, then that's what it is. There's no government that is not from my bloodline, and no schools that are not from my bloodline is going to tell me my reality. You know, especially if it's already being told to me and given to me by my own bloodline and family. That's just the reality to that. But see, for some reason, when it comes to being who we are, we got to get challenged by every nation when it comes to us being Aboriginal Niggros of America. And it's like, how do you challenge somebody on their own lineage when they're telling you themselves who their lineage is? That doesn't make any sense. I can't go challenge any white folks on who they are. That's their business. I don't really care. Just as much I don't got no skin in the game on challenging any type of Asian, Korean, Japanese, Chinese. I don't know your lineage and don't want to know it. That's not none of my business. Know your own lineage. Same thing with any Mexicans or Latinos or anybody. I have no skin in the game in what your lineage is, and not trying to find it out, to be honest, to be 100%. My lineage was stolen from me. My heritage was stolen from me. My land was stolen from me. My identity was stolen from me. That's all I care about. Getting that back and getting it back to my nation and to my people. That's the most important thing. Anything else is outside of my nation. That's your business. And as such, it should be, right? But for some reason, when it comes to the Aboriginal Niggros, and everyone knowing our plight, so why do you even care that we're looking into it ourselves? And we have an opinion about our own identity and who we are. Y'all know what happened. Y'all know we were stopped reading for 200 years. As they say. And you know that we went in shackles. So if y'all know that part, what make you think the information that they gave out about us is true? If you know they gave us a Holocaust and committed all sorts of genocides and massacres towards us and had all this hatred and blackfacing and all this craziness towards us, why do you think they would give you any real information on who we are? What make you think that? You know, even some of the slave receipts when you ran away back in the day from your plantation that you was on, the slave receipt even said Negro. It didn't say African or African American. It said Negro man and Negro wench. Literally, you can look that stuff up. Africa was over there. They knew that. They called you colored. But if you drop the copper part of colored, then you just got colored. But if you put the copper back to the colored, then it's copper colored Indians. They used to actually say that back in the day. Copper colored. It's even in the dictionary back in the day. And they tell you what happened to our identity in the dictionary, the Webster dictionary back in the day, on how the copper-colored Indians' identity ended up being renewed to the actual Europeans that came here, the settlers that came here. They actually adopted and took our identity. That's what it says, pretty much. in the Webster Dictionary back in the day. You can look this stuff up, find it for yourself. So when I hear these arguments with the natives of America, the Native Americans, you know, that's skin in the game that I don't want to have a part of. Why? Because at the end of the day, I don't care about the Doll Scroll. That's the federal government of colonizers controlling that. Why would I care about that? Not to mention, you heard about the $5 and how some people was paying into certain heritage. That's information you can look up for yourself as well. But it's there. That's the key, it's there. And because it's there, that means something got to be true somewhere about it because it's there. No different from them paying 42 million Ellis Island immigrants coming through Ellis Island gold coins to come to America and to be what? White. And in order to be white in America, you had to drop your sovereignty coming from where you're coming from. Hey, but that ain't me. That's there. It's in there. You can look that up. You can find it for yourself. So with all this identity swapping and identity changing, just think about it. I'm a guy who's being hated in a country that got invaded by a people who told me I couldn't look them in the eye because that's called reckless eyeballing. And if I did, they called it the lynching tree, where bodies was hanging from the lynching tree. You get my point? So with that stated, what make you think I would be able to keep my identity, my culture, my heritage, and my God if I had those type of realities pointed in my reality, I say pointed against me? We talk about gun violence today, but whoa, just imagine that type of violence back in the day that we was under when it comes to trying to be ourselves, as our forefathers had to lose and be stripped of their identity, declassified out of their reality. See, these ain't made up realities or made up stories. These are historic history of our people and what we had to endure and live through and survive. So when we start talking about who we are and what is our identity and how do we stand today in 2024, you can't give us a narrative of what you say it is as nations around us. We make up our own identity and heritage of who we are. We stand in that. And if it's connected from the past, coming from our forefathers and our bloodline, then you can't tell us to go against that because you control a government or you control a school curriculum. That don't mean nothing. Don't mean a thing. So when it comes to having to prove to you that I'm the original American Indian or the original Aboriginal of America, I don't gotta do that. What is wrong with you? My grandparents told me who I am. That's it. And I rock on with that, with the swag that we got on our bag, keeping it moving just like that. And you can walk and watch and look and hate all you want. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. So all this arguing about if we the Aboriginal Niggros of America, the true American Indians or not, is meaningless. All I can tell you is the documents, the ledgers, the pictures, and the identity is out there. That's why when you look at the Olmecs, the Aztecs, the Incans, and the Mayans, they do got people on the walls that look just like me. And y'all don't even try to talk about that. Yes, oh, they whitewashed Africa. Let's look at the pyramids and how they got black people on the walls and stuff. But, oh, look how the Aztecs, the Mayans, and the Incans, and the Olmecs had black people on the walls and stuff. Y'all don't talk about that. Oh, remember, they told you they vanished. Whole civilizations just disappeared. Blink in the eye. It was the aliens. Well, y'all keep believing that bull crap and stop and keep looking over your heads for what they said when we staring you right in the face every day. Because the bloodlines continued. We survived. And even though we still under treachery to this day, still under our oppressors' children to this day, we still here. And we still thrive. So with that, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. But that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.